There are times when our members request service appointments at a specific time. These are depicted by a clock. When a service appointment is requested at a specific time, the Gantt chart will display a clock on it. The clock indicates that the appointment is scheduled to a specific vehicle for a specific time. The clock could also indicate that the service appointment is scheduled to a specific driver due to specific equipment needs. This service appointment will be automatically dispatched to the driver upon completion of any previous service appointment. Notice, the exception panel is displaying this scheduled call. The reason is because the exception panel filter has been changed to schedule time calls. Please note, you will not have the ability to move the service appointment to an earlier start time. Notice, in the exception panel, you are made aware of the earliest start time permitted. In our case, it is 10 a.m. Let's see what happens if you try to move the appointment to an earlier time. Notice how, not only did the call bounce back to its original time, but a message was received. Let's click on the message. Field service is reinforcing to you that the service appointment cannot be moved to prior to the earliest start time permitted, which in our case is 10 a.m. But, for example, if you have a driver available and want to see if they can take care of the service appointment at an earlier time, you will need to contact AAA. Let's look at what the service appointment work order shows for an appointment call. To do that, we'll double-click on the appointment in the Gantt chart. Here, on the Service Appointment tab, is where you will see that this was a member-scheduled service appointment. Remember, the Service Appointment tab shows information about our member. The scheduled time is shown here. Next, we'll click on the Work Order tab. The Work Order tab will display information about the service appointment. As seen earlier on the exception panel, this service appointment is currently in scheduled status. Here is another location where the service appointment is called out as a scheduled appointment. Let's now look at the expanded work order. We'll click on the expand icon. And, once again, it is noted here on the expanded work order tab that this is a scheduled service appointment. In summary, our members can request appointments for a future time. These service appointments will appear on the Gantt chart with a clock icon. These appointments are automatically dispatched to the drivers. These appointments are assigned based on the vehicle's location and skill set. Please note, this appointment call could be rescheduled to another vehicle, should field service determine that another vehicle is a better candidate based on call volume. And, lastly, scheduled appointments cannot be moved up to an earlier arrival time without AAA's involvement.